Hello everybody, Andy here again. Hopefully a quick video, just a little story. I actually went to the dentist this morning. One of those things, I know probably most of you are thinking, so what? And other ones are going, oh my god, what do you want to go and do something stupid like that for? Now, I haven't had any problems with my teeth. Maybe I'm lucky in that respect, having sort of reached, getting on for 51 years of age. My father, who's 92 now, his teeth still got most of his teeth. I don't think he's got any false teeth at all, which is quite unusual for someone of that age, and generally he doesn't have any problems with his teeth. And I don't think my mother does, who's in her 70s. I don't think she has problems with her teeth either. So maybe we're lucky in that respect. The sort of family, the genes, the teeth genes, the dental genes maybe, are quite good in our particular genealogy, or whatever term you want to use for that. But anyway, I went this morning. I knew I hadn't been for quite some time, but I had no idea. You know how time flies. And it was only when I was in there, and the dentist, who's a nice guy, he just happened to say, you know, I haven't seen you for a while. I said, yeah, I know it's been a while. I said, I haven't got a clue. And then September 2005. September 2000, 3.5 years since I've been to the dentist. I haven't really had any problems. But quick check-up, yes, I've got a little problem with a tooth which I do actually have to have removed, but it's not a big deal. It's never caused me any problems. It's just one of those things that needs to be done. No real problems, and I don't have a particular fear of dentists or anything like that, but I know a lot of people do have, and I do wonder. It sort of gets you thinking about, have I put this off because I've got some sort of deep-rooted fear of dentists or something? Or it's just the fear of the unknown, that fear of maybe there is something wrong there and something needs to be done. And it's one of those sort of, you're putting things off. I know I've talked before about sort of bringing things on, but there are sort of certain things, whether you mean to or not, you sort of do tend to put it off. As I said, I haven't consciously done that, but I wonder if we've probably all done it in some way or other, going to the doctors, and we read of these people who are ill, especially with sort of things like cancer and things like that, which is not a nice topic to talk about, but people who do notice a lump or whatever it might be, a problem somewhere, and they actually go to the doctors straight away, and they have a very good sort of chance of survival, of being sort of taken care of and sorting it out, hopefully. Other people who leave it longer, because I can see why you don't want to know. Maybe it's that fear of the unknown, and then unfortunately it can't be dealt with. Nothing can be done, which is horrible. But it does make you wonder whether we're doing this, and it's not doing us any good. Our sort of little fears that we have of dentists and doctors or whatever, and why do we have those? Because ultimately, if we do go to the dentist, like I have, it does you good in the end. You will find, yes, it can cost you money, and I know there's problems with healthcare in this country as there is in anywhere else with people being able to afford it, although we have a national health system here. What I've got to have done is still going to cost me getting on for £50, which is $80 odd. So it's not all completely free. That's subsidised, but obviously if you went to do it privately, it would probably cost me a couple of £100 or something like that. So that type of thing does put people off, but it is a pity when people don't go to doctors, don't go to dentists, anything like that, and put these things off. And you could relay this to lots of things. I have a particular sort of technique for going to these places, because obviously wherever you go somewhere like that, a dentist, you get there and the old heart starts to go a little bit. It starts to beat a little bit faster. I'm sure the blood pressure goes up a little bit. But I sort of develop a technique where I just sort of try and sort of zone out, if you know what I mean. Sort of just try and sort of close your eyes, open your mouth obviously, and just sort of try and drift away, try and sort of switch off, should I say. And it's something that I remember doing when my son, who's now 8, yes, is he 18? Yes, he is 18, who's now 18, when he was a baby and he didn't used to sleep very well, and he used to sort of wake up in the middle of the night, as babies tend to do, you know. And so I sort of used to wander around with him in the lounge area of the house, and sort of just walk around with him, sort of rocking him backwards and forwards. And this could go on. Any sort of mothers or fathers out there will probably remember this themselves. It's probably taking you right back. You could do this for literally hours on end, and that can be pretty boring, as you can imagine. But I got into this technique where I just sort of switch off. I don't know whether I was thinking about things, not particularly. It was just sort of emptying the mind. It was almost a meditation type of thing, I suppose, which is something I've never practiced, never sort of done anything about. I've never been to any classes or into Buddhism or anything like that. But so I've got this sort of, maybe it's an ability, maybe it's just something that I've learnt to do. I don't know, sort of something triggers it. I don't know. But it's a great it's a great tool. It's a great technique if you're going to somewhere that you don't like, a doctor's, as I said, carrying a screaming baby around or something. You can sort of block it out, blot it out of your head, and try and drift off and think about nothing in particular. Maybe I'm lucky with that. Maybe other people have got that. Maybe it's something that you can learn. Maybe it's something you can develop yourself. Have a go. The next time you go to somewhere like that, you don't like where you are. You can even use it if you're sitting in some sort of waiting room, or sitting somewhere waiting for a bus or a train or an aeroplane or something like that. Try even in traffic, I suppose, that might be a bit more dodgy if you're driving, and you can just sort of sit there and just sort of switch off and try and empty your mind, and you never know, the time might go quicker and you might sort of relax yourself a little bit. Maybe it's a bit of a relaxation technique. Anyway, this was going to be a short video, but as my mind works, it's gone and drifted on, so there you go. But who cares about that sort of thing? I don't. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for your time. I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye.